Good evening, America. I am Eric Little. It is the 14th day of July 2020. I'm in Southern California this evening, and this is The Plain Truth. You're a copycat. That's what children say to each other. You're copying off me. You're copying off me. Which, when you're a child, is a bad thing. When you're an adult, unless you're taking an exam in high school or college or something, being a copycat is not a bad thing. The NFL is a copycat league. That's what they call themselves. Basically, that means somebody comes up with a new offense, they score a bunch of points, and the next year, 10 other teams are running the same offense. If it works, why wouldn't you do it? We have this problem in America. Answer this question. Why do you have a problem that someone else has already solved? Every time we have an election in Florida, there's some kind of problem. Hanging chads or whatever. Why do you have this problem? Somebody else has already solved this problem. Why don't you get on a plane and go to, say, I don't know, Connecticut, and see what they're doing and ask them, what are you doing? And then just do whatever it is they're doing. If they use a certain type of machine, well, now you use that type of machine. If they use paper ballots, you use paper ballots. Why is this a thing? It's a lot of states. Now, I know some people will say in Florida, well, it's disenfranchisement. They're doing it on purpose. Okay, if they're doing it on purpose, that's a matter for the courts. I can't deal with that. But if they're not, and it's just a matter of incompetence, well, this is just ridiculous. I don't want to pick on Florida, even red states for that matter. Let's talk about California. It's a blue state, where I live. They are, last time I checked, they're 45th in education. What? How are you 45th in education? Massachusetts is first in education. So they solved this problem. Why don't you, whoever it is, the director of public instruction or the education czar, or whatever they're calling themselves, get on a plane one September, kiss your wife goodbye, stay until like June, and figure out what they're doing. And just do whatever it is they're doing. If they're using textbook A, well, guess what? Now we're using textbook A. If they have October 17th off, well, guess what? Now we have October 17th off. If they eat lunch every day at 12:15, yeah, so do we now. If they have 2 pee breaks in the afternoon, well, that's what we're doing. It doesn't take a genius to just follow somebody else. I could build a rocket if I just stood behind a guy and did everything he did. Doesn't take a brain surgeon, right? We're like 18th, 20th in healthcare. Why don't we get on a plane and go to Sweden or Canada or wherever they're number one in healthcare and say, look, what are you doing to provide health care for your citizens? Because right now, we have the most expensive health care in the world, and we're not getting the best outcomes. So why don't we go to one of these countries, whoever's number one, Finland or wherever that is, and say, what are you doing? And then just do whatever it is they're doing. It's not brain surgery. Are you afraid of being called a copycat? I don't understand that. Is it ego? What is it? Until we stop this foolishness and start acting like adults, we're going to constantly be 18th and 20th in everything. And that is the plain truth, as I see it. And I am Eric Little. Good night.